Hello, gamers and fanatics. We're back again. We're not playing the plasma deck. I was playing that on my spare time. See the previous video if you want to know why. We're on Blue Stake. We're on Nebula Deck. We gotta get this win. I'm ready to win. I'm itching for a win. Let me tell you guys something. There was a wild thing that happened last night here in our apartment complex. So the apartment that's like right across the hall from us, that's not good enough. It caught fire but didn't. And what I mean by that is they left like a frying pan on the burner and filled the whole apartment with smoke and heat enough to where the sprinklers came on. Absolutely wild. Okay, that was enough to beat it. Cool. So like we heard this like alarm going off and we were outside last night like what was happening. Luckily it wasn't 3 a.m. It was like 10 p.m. But still just absolutely wild. The guy wasn't home that lived there at the time when this was all happening, of course. I'll take this for now. This is a get out of jail kind of free card early on here. ×3 on any of the hands we ideally play is enough to make it past this final boss blind. And I've done enough hating on Acrobat. Do we want a full house of 5s and 4s? It's a great question. I'm gonna instead talk more about last night because... Oh, here we go. Okay, so a flush to start's good. But yeah, it was wild. He eventually did come home while this was all happening, but unfortunately, any apartment that was adjacent to him got water damage, and especially the folks below him because he was on the second floor. The family that lived below him has an entirely like flooded apartment. It's crazy. I felt so bad for them because like, you know, it's just a random like what Tuesday night or whatever, and now your apartment's flooded. Truly unfortunate that happened. Just absolutely wild. I'm still processing it if I'm being honest. But anyways, we don't have to talk about that anymore. We can talk about the sick Balatro run that's 2 hands in. Or 2 antes, 2 blinds in. There we go. I always mix them up. So what are we playing? Flushes and straights? I'm okay leveling up a flush. We're reliably making them here and there. I know they don't scale that fast, but maybe with Telescope they might. Evenly split. As all things should be. Something Thanos. I should have kept the spades. Really should have kept the spades. Holy cow. This boss blind gets me every time. We might get screwed here because I was not paying attention to the boss blind. Did we get rid of any 7? Wait, there's only 1 7 left. That's not worth going for, huh? We might be dead. This boss blind early is really rough when you can't just auto win in one hand. We're 1 king and 1 9 away. No more kings are left. So we have to find a 9, and there are no more 9s left, so that doesn't matter. I don't think we can reasonably make a good hand, so I want to play this 2-pair when this is active. Oh, of course it would discard the exact 2 cards I needed. Oh, we found a straight. Oh my gosh. Talk about luck of the draw. Okay, well we escaped by the skin of our teeth. Because I was not quite paying attention to the boss blind. And I also discarded the wrong suit on a 50-50 shot, or it was actually a 1/4 shot or something like that. I forget how that math works. We're in the clear. Okay, so either we keep going flush. It's actually looking increasingly like straights might be a little better, which would make Even Steven a better pick here. We need something, and I'm gonna say Even Steven's gonna be more useful more often. 6, 7, 8. Well, I mean... Oh, that barely beat it. Cool. I was like, this might actually win. Emperor isn't nearly as good as it could be. We only got 1 slot. We could take a level up on straight. Yeah, I think we do. Oh, it gave us flush. Okay, well, I'll take a flush level up even though... Man, is that really how Telescope works? It just picks one of the 2 most played, or I guess in this case 3. Quick, rewind the tape. Was there a high card in that pack? I was so very specifically looking for something else. And of course we get dealt 4 suits in the opening hand on that really high level flush we got going. Thus is the luck of the draw. I will certainly take a straight. Unfortunately it only gets us +4 once, but what I'll say, we might still draw a flush. So flush with even Steven is fine, obviously, as you just saw. If you can get a bunch of even cards, that's the whole crux of it, obviously. Half your deck's going to work, and then take out faces, of course. Let's see if we could make like a wild card, or a random Jimbo or money. $20 doesn't get us very far right now. That's what it would be right now. We'd get up to. Square Joker. That's not helpful when we're doing flushes, but I guess I'll take it. So that's a club. 3 clubs, 3 hearts. So you're a spade. Which means you could be a jack or anything above it. I want to be... Actually, honestly, then we should probably be pitching anything that's a face or higher, because even Steven really wants us to be doing this. Obviously doesn't play to the square Joker hand, but... Oh, well, we can tick that up once. I'm mostly not sweating it. Acrobat should be able to pull us through on just about any hand we play that isn't some of these trash hands. So you are definitely a heart. We aren't quite sure what we have left. We know it's not a queen of heart. We can confirm it's not queen. It's probably the king. It's looking like it most definitely is the king. Because it's not a spade. It wouldn't be that high up in the rank if it was. So that's a heart. We established that. And that's a club. So it's likely the queen of clubs. It's one of the only ones we have left that we know of. So that's a king, king, queen, queen right here. This is some low card I don't care about. We are 1 away from a flush. And we have to play our final hand here. So maybe we are dead. Just barely. Well, that's fine. Say hello to Winifred. Winnie, can we not? She has been very talkative because, as I mentioned, the next door house definitely had some smoke and water damage and all that stuff, so they have cleaners going through right now. Sucking out all the water and stuff. Nothing like drawing a 4 of a kind in your opening hand. That was impressive. That's honestly the best thing we could have hoped for. I like Abstract Joker early. I don't like Eternal Abstract Joker end statement. I think we spend all of our money. First, we fish for a Jimbo. Take our extra money. And then hope the Spectral Plaque just kind of blows the run wide open. And Ouija was kind of what I was looking for. All 10s. Okay, so 10-4, keep an eye out. This should make that 4 of a kind even easier to make. And we might already be in a 5 oak, as the subreddit calls it, kind of build. If I draw an ace or a 9, I'm happy, so... I didn't. Well, I think I'll actually go for a full house then. The -1 hand size from Ouija does make it a little tough, but I think we'll manage. Or maybe we won't. Oh, we definitely won't. I think we're dead again. Amazing. Alright, well, we're learning lots of things. We're learning how to just completely fail at the start of every round. No questions asked. Did not mean to click that. Actually, 7s are probably not the best thing to keep. I did just pitch an 8, didn't I? Well. Now here, I know what you're going to say. We would have had the full house. It wouldn't have... You need 8s and 10s full house to actually get the high card, or to get the number beat. So it wouldn't have mattered. We almost have a flush. But diamonds are the least in our deck, because most of them are in our hand and we've pitched a few others. I still think the queen 10 route is the right route. But losing that 1 extra discard just makes these opening hands that much harder. Man, why would you? Really? Okay, I guess we're playing a pair of 10s. Okay. Well, we lost any potential money we were going to make from this hand throughout having to just draw into a hand that wins it for us. I really want this. I would rather have Molt, but I guess I'll take it. Well, there's our pair. Is it 50 chips on top of 10, so 60 times 2 plus your chips? It's not very much. We definitely want a 2-pair or a full house. Hey, right on cue. And I think adding the extra chips from that should win. Yeah, okay. Though, good to note, we still need Molt if we want to beat the boss blind in one hand. I guess, or an ice cream. It's like a ×3 onto what we're doing currently. I really want this, but it would require us to sell the only Jimbo we have, and then we would get no gain from it. Sadly, not the play. We'll at least get ourselves through the next round. Alright, and I think this should one-shot it. And you have 150 extra chips right there ×4. I'm pretty sure that math alone wins. It's exactly that, so we're good. Okay. Matador is without a doubt the worst Jimbo in the game, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not really sure it's very close. Because, like, you can't use it on this blind. Actually, you can't use it on most blinds, and even on, like, a blind or two you would think you could use it on, it doesn't work. So, that's the downside. Do we want to level up full house? It is what we're playing. And we are kind of only really doing well with that or 2-pair. And we have not played any 2-pairs. Okay, so the king was... I hate when this happens. We started the opening hand with one frickin' king. Discard it, draw another. Discard it, draw another. And we've seen 0 of the card we want to see. Now, don't come at me and be like, oh, that's just variance. I know that's what it is. It just annoys me. Because we still haven't found the one copy of either the card we need in the top 20 cards of the deck. And that is how people rage quit Balatro. Not understanding variance and letting your emotions get the best of you. Not gonna act like I'm not good at holding my emotions. Oh, I said that wrong. I think you know what I meant, though. This is cheaper than buying the Celestial pack. Do we spin the wheel on the Spectral pack again? I think we do. Spectral pack has such a high chance to blow a run wide open. And you pretty much always take Immolate regardless, unless you've already pimped out your deck to be what you want it to be. Because that was 5 cards removed, and they paid me to do it, you know? Like, I just made money in that transaction, which means I get to level up full house again. And now we have cards we know we can discard, because now we have 2 less queens and 1 less 5, 7, and 8. So we can always pitch those unless we already have a pair or a 3 of a kind of them in the hand. I don't want seed money just yet. I am going to level up 2-pair, because it's kind of a fallback for full house. Okay. We still need a really good Jimbo to really get this thing off the ground here. What did I say we got to get rid of? It was queens, 7s and 8s, and 5s. 7s, queens, and 5s. Pretty sure 6 full of 3s will actually just win it. Okay, well then I can at least get a little bit out of that, and then hope I obviously don't draw into the card I need, because why would I? Have we pitched all our 6s and aces? No. Of course not. They just aren't going to show up. Because that's how this game works. Don't you know? There it is. Holy cow. Took to the final hand and ate through a lot of our ice cream, but the level ups on Full House are starting to show through, especially with 10 Molt on top of all the chips we have. So we're at a ×2 of our chip count, right? Oh no, we're not. We're just under a ×2 of our chip count now, so not ideal. We do need to find better Jimbos. I don't think we're going to be rolling in money just yet to buy that. I think we're stuck going for this plus a reroll. Neither. You'd have to sell ice cream if you find something good. That's tough. And we need a lot of chips. And given we can barely form our hand. Alright, well. Sure. Alright, so we drew 2 queens in the hand. I said we get rid of them either way. 5 we get rid of. Because all we need to draw 3 of a kind, but it could be any of these. We don't want 5s, we don't want 8s. Lower cards are not helpful. Okay. I'm gonna hope for kings and queens. Of course I wouldn't get it. We're not gonna draw another king. I'm hoping for a king is what I'm hoping for. Yeah, we're not gonna draw another king. Just you wait. Yep, that sounds right. Are you serious? How? There's 2 kings in the bottom 20. I mean, I guess that's not crazy odds. But that's painful. It felt like every single time I picked any card that round, it was the absolutely 100% wrong card to pick. That is how variance works, but I mean, I'm still salty. I think if you weren't salty, you might want to go get that looked at. Need an 8 or a king. Okay, there we go. Whew, maybe I have to go back to old reliable straights. I feel like they're the most consistent one to win the game with. Well, actually depends on who you ask. Pairs are actually better. Seeing double is a winning Jimbo. Problem is it is a mult Jimbo at the very start. So that is effectively +4 mult. That is just as bad as our normal Jimbo. Now, 2-pair having 80 chips isn't bad. Not right now, at least. Making our base 2-pair, what, 200 chips plus whatever you add on top of it times 2. So ideally that's, you know, 80 extra chips. So you're looking at 280 when you buy this as your roughly 2-pair score. Whereas times 2 can quickly scale up. I think you still take it, especially if you're going to do straights. Straights started at a high enough one that it could work. What is this? So, club and any other suit. We have the club. Actually, I have 2 of them. And as we've learned previously, any flat mold gets you through the first boss blind. So this kind of being flat mult works. Oh, and this is Permo Cardomancer is pretty great. Alright, so we just need a queen. Quite literally just need a queen. Are you surprised? Because I'm not. Well, since we have this ace, we can get rid of this. Hey, there it is. I don't think this death is really going to come in handy at the moment because we don't have any like cool cards yet. It's just the normal 52 cards. So this just might be an extra $1. And I do want this hand size, but I think getting our money solved is... It said, no, I promise you want one. If only to play this. Get rid of a 2, you know, like, it's not the worst idea. Oh, son of a biscuit eater. That was not what I meant to click. Oh, dang it. I accidentally right-clicked, and when you right-click, it deselects everything. So that was a little too fast playing loose there. So, okay, so here's the problem. I need a king and a jack, regardless of what I play here. And the wild part is all 4 of each are still in the deck. We are 2 cards away from being halfway through the deck, and 8 of the 52 cards I need are in the bottom. Yeah, that checks out. Well, guys, I just don't know if today was the day to play Balatro. I don't think I have ever had such a string of piss-poor games that I feel were very variance related. Now, I made my fair share of mistakes. That hand right there, I accidentally clicked wrong. But holy cow. We're at 20 minutes almost now, so I don't think I'm going to try to start another one. I'm sure I could lose 4 more in that time, or in the next 10 minutes, but I don't want to do that. This was unfortunate. Thanks for this lesson in humility, RNGesus, I guess. You didn't really need to be that mean to me. I'm not really sure what I did to deserve it. I'd like to thank you, the Fanatic, for making it to the end here. Definitely let me know where I screwed up on a couple of these. I'm sure I didn't pick the best cards to discard or pivoted at a certain point I shouldn't have, or did something. I'm sure I did things wrong and it isn't just variance, but it really felt like I was fighting a real uphill battle there. So either way, I appreciate you guys so much for watching and interacting, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that algorithm stuff. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next week.